Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Hare Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
जय श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
चैतन्य
Krishna
प्रभु
Krishna, Hare
नित्यानंद
Hare,
श्री द्वैत
Hare Rama,
गदाधर
Hare
श्रीवासादि
Rama,
गौर
Rama,
भक्त
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
जय
Krishna,
श्री Shri
Krishna
Radhe
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Jai
Hare
Shri
Hare
Radhe
Ram
Krishna, Jai Shri
Ram Ram
Radhe
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Jai
Krishna
Shri
Hare Hare
Chaitanya
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare
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 Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
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 Ram.
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram.
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Rama Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram.
Ram 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Rama,
Ram Hare
Rama,
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Ram.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare Ram
Rama
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya
Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda Shri
Hare
Advaita
Ram Hare Ram
Gadadhara
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare. Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Rama Hare
Ram,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
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 Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama.
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
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 Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Rama.
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram, Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Hare
Advaita
Rama, Hare
Gadadhar
Rama,
Shivasi
Hare
Sati
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare 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 Rama
Rama
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama
Rama Hare Ram 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 Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Hare Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Rama.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Chaitanya
Ram, Ram
Prabhu
Ram, Hare
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Hare Ram,
Srivasadi
Hare Ram,
Gaura
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram.
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
everyone.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji
Hare Krishna. It's 7 o'clock. Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So let's see. We were in the summary of the 7. Okay. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiret nashtaprayesho bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki यस्य वायुश्रूयमानायं कृष्णपरमपुरुषे भक्तिरुत्पाद्यते पुंसां शोकमोहभयापहा श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणममलं यद्वैष्णवानां प्रियं यस्मिन् पारमहंस्यमेकममलं ज्ञानं परं गीयते तत्र ज्ञानविरागभक्तिसहितं नैष्कर्म्यमाविष्कृतम् तच्छृण्वन्सु पठन् विचारणपरो भक्त्या विमुच्येन नरः कृष्णे स्वधाम उपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलो नष्टं दृशमेषा पुराणार्को अधुनोदितः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Okay, so we were on 7th canto, Science of God, chapter 15, instructions for civilized human beings, and in the summary of that. So let's see where my bookmark shows, that's where we are going. Okay. So these are all the points discussed in this chapter, which Prabhupada summarized in the summary. Instructions for Civilized Human Beings is the chapter's name. The best process for advancing in devotional service
is to abide by the orders of the spiritual master. For only by his direction can one conquer the senses. So by the mercy of the spiritual master, having faith in the spiritual master and following the path given by the spiritual master, we can conquer our senses. And if senses are conquered, life's goal is achieved. Yeah. It is only because of uncontrolled senses that we perform, our consciousness becomes like hijacked. Mind is also one of the senses. As Krishna says in 15.7, right? 15.7. Mamevamsho jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana manashashtani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. So if one has conquered the senses and conquered the mind, jitatmana prashantasya
Paramatma samahita
samahita
chitosya
sukha
sukhadu.
dukheshu tatha mana bhaya. Yeah. So one who has conquered the senses, then life goes according to the plan that you want. And you can focus on Krishna. Of course, to conquer the senses, you have to engage the senses in Krishna's service. But if mind and all the senses are conquered, Goswami, then life's goal is achieved. But we can't conquer the senses until we engage them in Krishna's service. So mind also is very difficult to control. But if we practice, as yesterday Prabhu was saying, we have to practice. Krishna also says, Asanshayam mahabaho manodurnigraham chalam abhyasena kwantiya vairagyana chakriyate. Abhyas means practice. And vairagya means detachment. So when we practice and become detached from things that are not favorable, we have to become ultimately detached from the bodily conception of life, right? Because we are not this body, we are not even the mind. So, so that's why Krishna says, Prajahati yada kaman sarva partha manogatan. Give up all your desires born of mental. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha.
Stita pragyatadocchayate.
Stita pragyastaduchyate. Yes. In the second chapter, he says this, one who has given up all. This is in response to what are his symptoms? What are the symptoms of a transcendentalist? In response to that question, Krishna is saying, yes, one who has given up all mental desires, concocted mental desires for material enjoyment. Then, Prajahati yada kama sarva partha manugata. Ultimately, we all want enjoyment. Everybody wants enjoyment. But the enjoyment we should seek in the right way. And enjoyment should be in devotional service to Krishna. That's the real enjoyment. Other enjoyment is not real enjoyment because it gives you misery also. You may for the time being, you may feel enjoyment, but it gives you, you remain in the cycle of birth and death. So where is the enjoyment? You have to die again, you have to get diseased, and you get one material body after another. So even pious enjoyment is not very good because pious enjoyment can also take you to the heavenly planets and all this desire for pious enjoyment. But there also you have to give up and then again come down. You're going up and down like that. So unless one is completely Krishna conscious, there is a chance of falling down. So we are in the kingdom of Maya and anytime we can fall down. So we have to become fully Krishna conscious, 10%. Even if you are 80% Krishna conscious, there is a chance of falling down. So Prabhupada is saying, unless one is completely Krishna conscious, there is a chance of falling down. And as Prabhupada was saying, I'm always praying to Krishna to protect me, that I never fall down. So yeah, we should feel ourselves very vulnerable and depend on Krishna's protection. And Krishna conscious means, yeah, as yesterday Prabhu was saying, Krishna was saying in the Bhagavad Gita, he was quoting two verses. In all activities, just become conscious of me. Work fully under my protection and depend upon me. Right? Machita satatam bhava. How does it start? Machita satatam bhava. So be fully conscious of me and work under my protection. 1857. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya matparaha buddhi yogam upashritya machita satatam bhava. In all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. So we are helpless, so we have to take shelter. Depend means to take shelter of Krishna. Krishna, I am completely helpless. By my own conditioning, I am helpless now. In this material existence, I am helpless. You please help me. I cannot get out of this on my own. Of course, we should make effort, but effort without Krishna's mercy, we cannot get out. So we should always be seeking protection. Sansara kupe patitotya ghade mohanda purne vishaya bitapte karavalambam mamadehi Vishnu Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Oh Krishna, I am fallen into this blind well of illusion. Oh, so one time, please extend your hand and pick me up, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Ai Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram. So when we chant, it is like, oh Krishna, please pick me up. This is from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. So that is like a prayer. We have to chant in that mood. Krishna, please help me. So unless one is completely Krishna conscious, there is a chance of falling down. We are so foolish. Maya has made a fool out of us that we are in dangerous situation. We don't see the bigger picture. We are so foolish that for paltry sense enjoyment, we are willing to risk our life and some little sense gratification. We are spending all our time for this temporary situation. Right? As yesterday Prabhu was saying, how you play this game, you roll the dice, and then once you are in the game, then you roll the dice, and then you don't know what number is going to come. And then like that. So we are in this game of trying to find, and we are in this material existence. So
he was also talking about snakes and ladders, right?
Snakes and ladders. So it was, yeah, snakes and ladders. Sometimes we go up, sometimes we go down, sometimes we go up, sometimes we go down. So in this material world, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev. We are going up and down, up and down, up and down. Sometimes we are in a nice situation, and sometimes we are like a street dog or a worm, earthworm. Nobody cares. And completely. And sometimes we are in a very big position in the material world. We are Indra. So like that. But all the situations are temporary. So Shine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti. He was quoting this verse. Ha Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartin Arjuna Mamupitya tu Kantya Punarjanmana Vidyate. Krishna says, no matter where you go in this material world, from the highest planet to the lowest planet, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. So everywhere you go in this material existence is designed like that. Even if you have a very nice situation, it will not last. It will all be finished. So considering this, that I have to quit. The main thing is that we don't feel that we are going to die. He was quoting this verse, ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam seshastvaram icchanti kim ascharyathaparam. Everybody has died. My grandfather has died. My great-grandfather has died. My father may have also died, but I am living my life. I'm so foolish that I'm not able to chant the holy name. Though I have no taste for chanting taste or no taste, we have to chant, right? First, we have to chant. Taste will come when anarthas go away, when you surrender to Krishna. It is not like you can artificially force Krishna to give you taste. Only Krishna will give you taste when he sees that you are sincerely serving and surrendering to him. Then only he will give you taste. But we get some taste, right? We are not fully surrendered, at least for me. We get some taste in chanting. So, of course, in performing ritualistic ceremonies and other fruitive activities, there are also many dangers at every moment. Yeah, in the Karma Kanda also, we have the story of King Nriga in the Krishna book, right? What did he do? He gave a cow.
Charity.
He gave a cow in charity to a Brahmana, and that cow, what happened?
It
There were
came
two
back.
Brahmanas. So that cow went from one side to another side.
The cow came back, and then he again gave that cow in charity to another Brahmin.
Yeah, so Brahmanas got upset. Of course, I don't know what kind of Brahmanas maybe they were, but they got upset that how can we curse you to become a lizard. So in King Riga, he became a lizard because there was some discrepancy. Even in the Yagna, we hear about Ritrasur, how
Vashta.
Vashta was doing a sacrifice because Indra killed Vishwarup and his father was very angry and he was doing sacrifice and he chanted the mantras incorrectly. So opposite result happened. So in performing ritualistic ceremonies and other food, there are also many dangers at every moment because it is not fully on the spiritual platform. Yeah. Only on the spiritual platform there is no danger when we come to Krishna. Otherwise, all these other things. Fruitive activities have been divided into 12 portions. 12 portions, okay. Because of performing fruitive activities, which are called the path of dharma, one has to accept the cycle of birth and death. So dharma, artha, mostly people follow dharma because they want artha, and then kama, because everybody wants sense gratification. So dharma, artha, kama. So you till you have desires, for material desires, you keep rotating in the cycle of birth and death. But when one takes the path of moksha or liberation, which is described in the Bhagavad Gita as archana marg, one can get relief from the cycle of birth and death. The Vedas describe these two paths as Pitrayan and Devayan. Those who follow the paths of Pitrayan and Devayan, these are the two paths of fruitive activities, are never bewildered, even while in the material body. Okay, so a monistic philosopher, so we don't have to do anything, we have to just do devotional service to Krishna. A monistic philosopher who gradually develops control of the senses understands that the objective of all the different ashrams, the statuses of life, is salvation. One must live and act according to Shastras. If one who is performing the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies becomes a devotee, even if as a grihastha, he can receive the causeless mercy of Krishna. The objective of a devotee is to return home, back to Godhead. So even grihasthas, if they chant the holy name, for us, then they can receive the causeless mercy of Krishna. The objective of a devotee is to return home, back to Godhead. Such a devotee, even though not performing ritualistic ceremonies, advances in spiritual consciousness by the supreme will of the personality of Godhead. So there are so many ritualistic ceremonies, but if one performs devotional service, he may not perform all the ritualistic ceremonies. He still advances in spiritual. 90% of our advancement comes from chanting the holy name. So Prabhupada would say like that one time. He said, I heard. So one may actually become successful in spiritual consciousness by the mercy of devotees. Or one may fall from spiritual consciousness by being disrespectful to devotees. Yeah, so Vaishnava Aparadh can cause our downfall or degradation, as we see in the example of Shaubari Muni, how he cursed Garuda, and because of that, material desires awakened in his heart. So, so when we offend the devotees, then we may fall from our spiritual consciousness, and material desires may come in the heart. Of course, we already have material desires, we are already there, but if we do aparadh, then it will take us away from Radha. Aparadh, sometimes this to go away from Radharani means devotional service. So, in this regard, Narad Muni narrated the history of how he had fallen from the Gandharva kingdom. Narad Muni is describing how he fell, how he was born in a Shudra family, and how by serving exalted Brahmanas, he became the son of Lord Brahma. So, in the Gandharva kingdom, he was singing some songs which were not. There was a function, and he was singing. Prabhupada sometimes his cinema songs or demigod songs, which was meant for glorification of Vishnu. He was singing something. So they cursed him that should not live here. He should go born in a low family. So he got birth in a Shudra family. He was the son of a maid servant who was serving in the hotel, in the inn, where travelers used to come and stay. And how by then he served one time during Chaturmasya, those great souls came, great devotees came to live in that inn. Because Chaturmasya means it rains, so they don't travel so much. So they were living there, and he got the opportunity to serve the exalted Brahmanas. He became the son of Lord Brahma. So next life, he became Narad Muni and was reinstated in his transcendental position. Reinstated means he didn't go to Gandharva, but he became a pure devotee. Of course, Gandharvas also sing, right? So Narad Muni is always singing about Krishna's glories. As Prahlad Maharaj says, Nevo Dvijay Paradurataya Vaitaranyas Vadvirya Gayan. Gayan means singing. Always chanting my glories. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantasya Dridhavritaha Namasyantasya Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate. This verse comes right in the middle of the Bhagavad Gita. Satatam Kirta. There are 700 verses, right? This is the middle verse, they say. We can count. I don't know if this is the middle verse. But if there is a even number, then let's say there is 4. So what is in the middle? There are 2 verses that are in the middle. So if there are 700, should be like 2 verses.
Mahatmanastu Mam Partha.
Mahatmanastu, 350 and 351. So if you have 4, then 2 and 3 are in the middle. So if you divide 700 by 2, that's 350 and 351. So any even number you take, 700 verses. So 350 and 351 are considered the middle of Bhagavad Gita. And Satatam Kirtayanto Mam and Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Devim Prakriti Mashritaha. I think 913 is Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Devim Prakriti Mashritaha. Bhajanti Ananya Manaso Gyatva Bhutadimavyam. And 914 is Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantasya Dridhavritaha. So it is all about devotional service, right in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so so he got reinstated in his transcendental position, means he was situated in every living entity in his original consciousness is a Krishna conscious, servant of Krishna. So mukti means mukti hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavastiti. Mukti means to go back to your original consciousness. Original consciousness is, I am servant of Krishna. Krishna is enjoyer, Krishna is the controller, Krishna is the proprietor. I am not the enjoyer, I am not the proprietor. In material consciousness, I am the enjoyer, I am the proprietor, I am the controller. Krishna is the proprietor, Krishna is the enjoyer. After narrating all these stories, Narad Muni praised the mercy received from the Lord by Pandavas. So, in this chapter it is described how he fell from Gandharva Lok. and how he became Narad Muni. And he was also praising Yudhishthir Maharaj, how you are receiving so much mercy from the Lord. Maharaj Yudhishthir, after hearing from Narad, became ecstatic in love of Krishna. And then Narad Muni left that place and returned to his own place. So Maharaj Yudhishthir, of course, is a pure devotee, but when a pure devotee is reminded by another pure devotee how Lord Krishna has favored you, there's a verse, right? How he became the night watchman, he became the messenger, he was a friend, like that, so many different ways. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj was like ecstatic, means he must have like had tears in his eyes, right? He must be feeling, oh my Lord, so kind to me. Feelings of gratitude must have come. Of course, he is already a pure devotee, but when he was reminded, then he became ecstatic and feelings for Krishna. So we can also become, if we remember all the blessings in our life from Krishna, then we'll become ecstatic. Oh, so much Krishna has given. As yesterday or day before yesterday, he was saying, Prabhu was saying how so many universes, so many living entities there. Somehow we have gotten out of that. Trillions of living entities, right? Insects and all this. And we have been awarded the human form of life. We came to the human form of life, and so many other things we have, right? We have eyes, we have ears, we have tongue, we can chant, we met the devotees, we have. It is a very, very special time that we have taken birth. When he was saying Krishna comes once in a day of Lord Brahma, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes after that. And we are in a time where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just came, Srila Prabhupada, and we have the opportunity to solve all the problems of life. Yesterday, Hema Malini was saying, my mother said, oh, whenever there is an opportunity, take it, take it. So I was thinking, yeah, we have the opportunity to go back home, back to Godhead, to end this repeated cycle of birth and death forever. There is an opportunity. So we should not squander away the opportunity. And yeah, should become serious about taking advantage of the opportunity. So Maharaj Yudhishthira, after hearing from Narad, so we should be concerned very much about our purification of heart, transformation of heart, so that I can become a lover of Krishna. Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he said, I'm only concerned with how you are developing your attachment for Krishna, he said one time. I'm only concerned with your devotion, how much you are developing your love for Krishna. It doesn't matter how much one minute, let me read this. So yeah, he said like that. Fine. Always remember that you all joined ISKCON, you have come to ISKCON just to develop your devotion. That is the most important consideration in your spiritual master. As your guide, as your leader, my responsibility is to see that your devotion is increasing. Your devotion is my main concern. I don't care how much service you are rendering. I don't care how expertly you are rendering your service. I don't care how much money you are bringing, because that is not my concern. My concern is your devotion. You make advancement in your spiritual life. That is all I want. So we can be doing so many, it's not that we don't have to do services, but the purpose of doing the service is that in our heart, we have attachment to Krishna. So, and obviously when there is love, then also it's called devotional service. So we do service also with devotion. but it can become extraneous, right? It can be about like name and fame and prestige and all that. So, so we have to also check, are we doing the devotional service in the right consciousness? And is it like, when devotion develops, then your remembrance of Krishna increases. So you become attached. You become attached to Krishna. So that attachment means, yeah, you can feel like you have attachment for somebody in this world. You can feel that you have attachment, right? Mother has attachment for the child. She can feel that, right? So we can feel in our heart, if we introspect, how much I feel attached to Krishna. So, so we may become discouraged. Oh, I have no attachment. Then, okay, I have no attachment. Krishna, you please help me become attached to you. So in that mood, we do devotional service. Prabhupada says, do devotional service in a humble mood. Don't be proud. That he said, he was crying and saying, Krishna, I have brought this for you. Please accept. I am a very bad person, but I have brought this for you. Please accept it. So, after narrating all these stories, Narad Muni praised the mercy received from the Lord by the Pandavas. Okay, we read that. So, Narad Muni left the place and returned to his own place. Thus, Shukdev Goswami, having described various descendants of the daughter of Daksha, ends the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so now we are going to read the verses. What's the time? So we have time. So, any comments anybody has? Is anybody there?
Yeah, Prabhuji, very nice. What you mentioned about Bhakti Charaswami Maharaj, like what he said, it's very nice. Because sometimes, like, yeah, we can be doing services for more visible services where, people can see us and can appreciate our services. But sometimes we forget the main intention that we have come here for performing loving devotional service to Krishna. And that's the only purpose that we have come in this spiritual path. But when we are new, I think we need to have like right guidance of the right spiritual mentors who can guide us. That phase is very important when we are naive and new into this path, because that time, like, sometimes this kind of services can attract us more, where we get chance to like just be more visible on this different things. But then, like, if we have right spiritual mentors and right counseling, we can still do those same services but with the right mindset and right attitude, which is more important. Even though sometimes we have to do, I mean, somebody has to do even the visible services, but the consciousness would be like they are doing it only for the pleasure of the Lord. So
yeah, so you're saying that it may be visible service, but we have to do it with the right consciousness. That's very important. So I'm not the doer. That's one of the, I'm not the doer. Actually, Krishna has given me the abilities. I was telling Madan Gopal Prabhu yesterday, Prabhu, you gave so nice, you spoke so nicely. So he says, yeah, but Krishna has given me that ability. Tomorrow, if I get Alzheimer's, and I was saying, yeah, if you get a stroke, and he said, yeah, if I get Alzheimer's or I get stroke, I cannot even speak. So, yeah, we have our abilities given by Krishna. So we should not think that, yeah, it's my own and I'm doing it and I'm not the doer. Yeah, Krishna has given me. So
yeah, I have the same question, because like I do the same thing. I preach more. I want to say I preach, but like every day I go through something and I read something that Krishna has said, and it resonates with me, right? It'll be right here, and it allows me to proceed with my day or my thoughts or my belief in Krishna, and that the highest form of divinity and all of that. But it's like I don't read a book to how to, like, I'm teaching it. I'm just projecting it to the world and saying, this is what Krishna did for me. And then I write something, and in the hope that it also teaches them. It's not me saying it like this is how it is, but it's me saying, okay, this allows me to have faith. This allows me to believe in Krishna. This allows me to believe in all the right things, that what our Bhagavad Gita is teaching us, what the Srimad Bhagavad is teaching us, what our, Srila Prabhupada has been writing about. But I'm not writing it the same way, and I'm not writing it for my own purpose. I'm writing it for a purpose that it's a revelation that I've made, and I hope to share it. Is not contradicting anyone else, is what I hope I'm not doing, because I see people asking me questions and following what I'm saying, and I'm not the one to pass on wrong information, other than tell them to read the book themselves and find their own light within that book.
You've written a book, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like if I tell them, read the Bhagavad Gita, read the Srimad Bhagavatam, read about false egos, read about anything that can tell you that you are not going to be above everyone else, no matter what you have, no matter what you got. It's just to be humble, be kind, and just also listen to your like for me now, it's mostly listening to you as my Prabhuji, because you're teaching me a lot of things that I haven't understood before. But for me, I try to get people to get to the point of where I was saying it yesterday, even, like, you're not just going to transcend right away. You're going to go one step at a time. So
it takes time. Yeah, purification takes time, and we go through many situations in life also, which purifies. The whole purpose is to purify. Now that we have come to Krishna, is my internet gone, or is it?
I can hear you.
We couldn't hear you first. I mean, it was cutting, but now it's good.
Yeah, I got some message. Your internet connection is unstable. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So,
Coming to Krishna consciousness.
Mm.
You were saying coming to Krishna. I think you were going to say something about coming to some realization or something.
oh yeah, I was saying that material purification happens gradually, and I mean, all incidents, so many incidents in our life happen, and we learn. So, material world is like a place for rectification of the consciousness. So, it's not like that we'll become perfect overnight, although it can happen, but generally, we have to go through some different experiences, and we learn from so many things, and we realize our mistakes and all this. So, because, yeah, if we come to Krishna, that's what I was saying. Now we have come to Krishna, so now it's Krishna's duty to purify us. So, because we are chanting his name, we have come to the doctor. So, doctor may have to do sometimes surgery, doctor may have to do this, doctor may have to do that, whatever it is necessary to remove all the tumors in our heart. So, Krishna can create situations in our life so that we can become purified. And if we take it like that yes, the situation.
Yeah, I do, because that when I was reading the Rig Veda, and all these other Vedas, and then I understood how Goswami actually now translates that into what it all means now.
Also, what Kimesh was saying was, when we speak to others, it's not just about sharing knowledge and just showing, I know better. But actually, preaching is meant for our self purification first. Not that we forward messages to others, but have we read the message and have we understood the messages for us first? And then, because Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, you remember one of the verses that he quoted, Bhagavatam 5:18:4, he was saying that there may be people who may be giving very nice classes, and they may be quoting verses, but they can also be bewildered by Maya if they are not careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. It was exactly like, and I don't want to be the one that's saying, okay, well, my relationship with Krishna is offering bad advice to someone else because of the experience, you know. Even though I did find solution and peace within that. Uh, like to give you an example, I stopped therapy now because it's starting to coming to classes and reading the Bhagavatam is helping. So I stopped therapy now. I don't even go for therapy anymore.
That's nice. This is
Bhag-
therapy also. Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam is doing
Therapy.
therapy to us every day.
Yeah. So sometimes, yeah, we can even write a book on false ego, but that doesn't mean we have conquered false ego
Right.
also. So, or we can write something about how much taste is there in the holy name, we can
Mm-hmm.
speak about it, but that doesn't mean we have the taste, right? So, um, yeah, or as Gokuleshwar Prabhu was saying, somebody can give a presentation on deity worship, and he may not even do deity worship. So, you can give a presentation on how deity worship is so important and all these things, but he may not be actually applying it in his life also, or chanting the holy name, or so anything like that. Anything. So, yeah. So writing, yeah, but still, we have to, because we are practicing, we have to speak the right thing, and we should be concerned about our own purification of heart, then thinking about what that other person is doing or what this person is doing. Because at the end of the day, we have to go with our own consciousness. We are not. I met somebody, uh, my wife's classmate from Calcutta when she was studying in medical college. She had come yesterday from Cincinnati. So she was saying, "Yeah, I want my children to be engaged in, this Krishna conscious activity." So I said, "That is okay, but what about you, right? You should also read Bhagavad Gita, because at the end of the day, your consciousness, you have to go with your consciousness. It doesn't matter what your child's consciousness is. Of course, we should give as a parent, but many people say, my child should become like this, my child should be like this. But what about you?" So they will not read Bhagavad Gita, but I want my child to read Bhagavad Gita. So I
Yeah,
was
that
saying,
is true, Prabhuji. Like, we should preach what we are practicing ourselves, right? So, even for like as a parent, but if we remain uplifted as a parent, we'll be like naturally be able to pass on to our children.
correct.
It does not require extra effort, because whatever you're doing, the child will watch and like eventually like start picking it up. So, it just becomes very natural.
Yeah, so she was talking about her child. So I said, yeah, we have just come by the force of our karma as some, but everybody is like a soul, and everybody is responsible for their own consciousness. So we should be worried about our own purification of heart. Then thinking, okay, of course, children are our responsibility, so we have to, but if they learn more by seeing also how you're doing. So Prabhupada says here, I was talking about borrowed plumes. I was telling Madan Gopal Prabhu yesterday, we have borrowed plumes. Prabhupada uses this phrase in his wonderful purport. Okay, so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, of Lord Krishna, to fulfill his desire, and without being specifically favored by the Lord, no human being can become spiritual master of the world. He certainly cannot succeed by mental concoction, which is not meant for devotees or religious people. So, without being empowered, one cannot preach Krishna consciousness. That's basically. In his wonderful purport to the above verse, Srila Prabhupada says, one should not be puffed up by borrowed plumes. All energies and powers are derived from the Supreme Source, Lord Krishna, and they act as long as he desires and cease to function as soon as he withdraws. So, anytime he can withdraw. I was talking to Kapil Prabhu yesterday, and I was saying, yeah, this is now I'm in that phase of life when anytime anything can happen, right? I'm older. He says, yeah, 45 people now, they're dying of cancer and so many things. So he was saying anytime anything can happen. And so All energies and powers are derived from the Supreme Source, Lord Krishna, and they act as long as he desires and cease to function as soon as he withdraws. In a moment's time, such energies can be generated or withdrawn by the supreme will of the Lord. Material civilization without the blessing of the Lord is child's play only. Human civilization on all activities must be dovetailed with the supreme blessing of the Lord, and without this blessing, all advancement of human civilization is like decoration of a dead body. So even if you have some talent and everything, we have to remember that, oh, it is coming from Krishna. So we don't feel very. That's why we say, yeah, Krishna is the one who is giving me this. So
That purport was for this verse. Arjuna is saying, I have the same Gandiv bow, I have the same arrows, I have the same horses, but I don't have that power. How I was fighting in the war because Krishna is not here.
So sometimes karma is good, so Krishna allows, like for a long time, you can be like in a happy situation if your karma is good. But eventually it will, everybody has to quit. So we are all in transit, right? We are all passengers in transit. So in transit, at the airport, we don't make a comfort. We are going to our destination, or we are meant to go to our destination. We can go into the lounge, right? There are lounges at the airport and all this, but you're not supposed to stay in the lounge forever. It's only till you get your next plane. They have, you can get some refreshments and like that, but your goal is not to stay there. So similarly, we can get stuck up with all the, greed and all this and try and then ultimately at some point suddenly we have to depart. So that's not very wise. Okay, so we'll read the verse. Shinaradu Vacha Karmanishta Dvija Kechit Taponishta Nripa Pare Svadhyaye Anye Pravachane Kechan Jnana Yogayo. Narad Muni continued, my dear king, some Brahmanas are very much attached to fruitive activities. Some are attached to austerities and penances, and still others study the Vedic literature, whereas some, although very few, cultivate knowledge and practice. Cultivate knowledge and practice different yogas, especially Bhakti Yoga. So there are different kinds of Brahmanas. There are Karma Kandiya Brahmanas who do Karma Kanda sacrifices. There are those Brahmanas who are attached to transcendental knowledge. So, okay. That's what this verse is saying. Okay. Jnananishtaya deyani kavyanya anantyam ichchata devechata bhavesyad itarebhyo yatararata. A person desiring liberation for his forefathers or himself should give charity to a Brahmana who adheres to impersonal monism. Jnananishta. So there are Brahmanas who know Supreme Brahman, the impersonal Brahman. So this verse is saying, those who want liberation for his forefathers should give charity to a Brahmana who adheres to impersonal monism. In the absence of such an advanced Brahmana, charity may be given to a Brahmana addicted to fruitive activities, karma kanda. So, but we should give charity to those who are engaged in service of the Lord. Those who are sharing Krishna consciousness, that is the highest charity. So, okay. There are two processes by which to get free from material bondage. One involves Jnana Kanda and Karma Kanda. Another involves Upasana Kanda. Vaishnavas never want to merge into the existence of the Supreme. Rather, they want to be everlastingly servants of the Lord to render loving service to Him. So Vaishnavas don't want to merge, right? Because merging, there is no relationship. If you go to Brahma Jyoti, there is no relationship. Everything in life is about relationship, right? People get married and they are hankering to have children. Why? Because they want a relationship. with their children. They want friends, and everything is about relationship. So, of course, sometimes relationships are troublesome. So you say, I just want to be alone. I want to be just by myself. So that can be when so many relationships trouble you. But ultimately, we have a loving relationship with God. And when we tell God, I want to merge into you, it's like a baby who has come from mother's belly says, Mother, I came from your belly. I want to go back into your belly. The baby says to mother, I came from your belly. I want to. Mother says, no, no, you be outside. Don't go back into my belly. Then how will I hug you? How will I kiss you? How will I show my affection to you? So the Lord also feels like that. They say, I want to merge into the Brahmajyoti. Of course, they are transcendentalists because they are not interested in uh, sense gratification, but still they have not come to the highest platform. So it is about loving relationship. Because relationships are troublesome, we think with the Lord also, if the relationship becomes troublesome, then what will I do? So better to nullify all relationships, just the energy. And I am one with the energy. There is just no, but you can feel peace like that. But not, the nature of soul is to have joy. Anandamaya abhyasat. So without ananda, we are doing everything for joy. Peace is one thing to get free from all the anxiety. You want peace, shanti, shanti. But shanti is not the ultimate. Ananda. We want ananda. And ananda comes from loving. In this world also, if you have loving relationships, then you feel so joyful. If you don't have anybody, then you get a dog. Prabhupada says you get a dog. And with dog, you want to have a relationship. Because at least dog will not leave you. Right? Other people can leave you. Dog is very faithful. So, so you want a loving relationship with a living entity, not with something that cannot reciprocate. We want to love and be loved. That's the desire of every living entity. In this verse, the words Anantyam, Ichchata refers to persons who desire to achieve liberation from material bondage and merge into the existence of the Lord. Anantyam, Ichchata is like desire. Devotees, however, whose objective is to associate personally with the Lord, have no desire to accept the activities of karma kanda or jnana kanda for pure devotional service. For pure devotional service is above both karma kanda and jnana kanda. Karma kanda means you go to heavenly planets. You do all the pious activities and rituals to better your standard of material enjoyment. And jnana kanda means, okay, there is a portion of the Vedas. Jnana kanda means, oh, all this is useless. You come to the realization. Now you are not only on the bodily platform, you are come to the intellectual platform. You realize this is useless, going up and down in this material existence. But then you don't have the full knowledge of the absolute. So you say, no, I want to merge into the impersonal Brahman effulgence. Anya bhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. In pure devotional service, there is not even a pinch of jnana or karma. Consequently, when Vaishnavas distribute charity, they do not need to find a Brahmana performing the activities of jnana kanda or karma kanda. So Vaishnavas don't. The best example in this regard is provided by Advaita Goswami, who after performing the Shraddh ceremony for his father, offered charity to Haridas Thakur. Although it was known to everyone that Haridas Thakur was born in a Mohammedan family, not a Brahman family, and was not interested in the activities of Jnana Kanda or Karma Kanda. So everybody objected, oh, Advaita Acharya, because the first offering after Shraddh has to be given to the most elevated person. And Advaita Acharya chose Haridas Thakur. And he was born in a Muslim family. And all the other Brahmanas were objecting. How can this be? How can you give him so much importance? He's not. His birth is also very low. But he gave it to Haridas Thakur because he was a devotee. He was a pure devotee. Charity, therefore, should be given to first-class transcendentalist, the devotee, because the Shastras recommend. Muktanam api siddhanam Narayana parayana Sudardabha Prashantatma Kotishwapi Mahamune. O great sage, among many millions who are liberated and perfect in knowledge of liberation, one may be a devotee of Lord Narayan or Krishna. Such devotees who are fully peaceful are extremely rare. So those who have Narayana Parayana, those who have taken shelter of the Supreme Lord. Parayana is like person who has concluded that Narayan is the Supreme. Yeah, Parayana. This verse comes many times, Parayana. Lord Shiva telling that verse. Swarga Pavnarakeshvu Apitulyartha Darshina.
Upon, no.
Hmm?
When does it start? Narayana, Parayana.
Swarga Pavarga Apitulyartha Darshina. Narayana
Na
Parasarvam.
Parasarve, Nakotashchana Bibheti, Swarga Pavan, Keshapitulyartha Darshina.
Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana. Agam Dhunvanti Karsnena. Niharamiva Bhaskara. So Vasudev, this Parayana word is coming many times. Parayana means, let's see how it is translated there. Kechit Kevalaya Bhakta. So one who has taken shelter, Kechit Kevalaya, unalloyed devotional service, Vasudeva Parayana. Parayana means completely attached, only to such service, without dependence, without dependence on austerity, penance, cultivation of knowledge, or pious activities. So completely attached. Parayana may be used many places. So let's see.
Yesterday I was quoting this verse, Jivera lalsa ye iti uti dhai, Shishnodhar Parayan. Krishna nahi. Now this is opposite. Narayana Parayana versus Shishnodhar Parayan.
Parayana means devoted. Yeah.
Devoted to belly and genitals.
Yeah. So you can be Narayan Parayana or other Parayana. So, okay. Was so devoted. So Narayana Parayana. So Sudurlabha Prashantatma. So those who are devotees, very rare. A Vaishnava, but by mercy of Lord Chaitanya, now so many devotees, right? Prabhupada's, so many devotees of Krishna. But maybe pure devotees or fully peaceful. Titikshava Karunika Surida Sarvadehina Ajata Shatrava Shanta Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. So very peaceful are extremely rare. So a Vaishnava is in, so you can become peaceful and happy when there is no material desires. Yeah. Then you are peaceful. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ateva Shanta. A Vaishnava is in a higher position than a Jnani. And therefore Advaita Acharya selected Haridas Thakur to be the person to accept his charity. The Supreme Lord also says, Name Bhaktas Chaturvedi Mad Bhakta Swa Pachaha Priya Tasmai Deyam Tato Grayam Sacha Pujyo Yathahiyam. Even though a person is very learned scholar, so Chaturvedi, we have three Vedi, Chaturvedis, last name. They know the four Vedas. Even though a person is a very learned scholar, okay, we'll finish, of the Sanskrit Vedic literatures, he is not accepted as my devotee unless he is pure in devotional service. However, even though a person is born in a family of dog eaters, is very dear to me, if he is a pure devotee who has no motive to enjoy fruitive activity or mental speculation, so he may have a lower birth, but he is practicing pure devotional service. Go ahead. Anybody like to say anything? Indeed, all respect should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am. So this is Hari Bhakti Vilas. Therefore, even if not born in a Brahman family, a devotee, because of his devotion to the Lord, is above all kinds of Brahmanas, whether they be Karma Kandis or Jnana Kandis. So devotee is higher than all kinds of brahmanas. Of course, brahmana also may be a devotee. In this regard, it may be mentioned that brahmanas in Vrindavan who are karmakandis and jnanakandis sometimes decline to accept invitations to our temple because our temple is known as Angreji temple or Anglican temple. So they think Angrej ka mandir. Yeah, they say Vrindavan. Angrej means all the white people. Guru ka mandir. So the other people may not come here because they say this is Angrej mandir. But in accordance with evidence given in Shastra and the example set by Advaita Acharya, we give prasad to devotees regardless of whether they come from India, Europe or America. It is the conclusion of the Shastra that instead of feeding many Jnanakandi or Karmakandi Brahmanas, it is better to feed a pure Vaishnava, regardless of where he comes from. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9:13. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasato hi saha. Even if one commits the most abominable actions, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. Thus, it doesn't matter whether a devotee comes from a Brahman family or non-Brahman family. If he is fully devoted to Krishna, he is a sadhu. Krishna eka sharanam, right? That is the main quality. He has taken shelter of Krishna. He is engaged in devotional service to Krishna. So he is considered a sadhu, even though he may be doing some activities which are not so proper. But very soon he will become righteous. After this verse it comes. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. Very quickly, very soon he'll become righteous. Now, how soon? It may take some time, but because he's trying, Krishna will help and all the anarthas will go away. Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nikachati. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna says, yes, very soon he'll become righteous and he will attain lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee will never perish. So Krishna always takes care of his devotee. Even though they may be durachar, they may be doing some bad activities for the time being, but Krishna will not leave. As yesterday Prabhu was saying, when Krishna went to Dwarka, all different kinds of people came to greet him. There were prostitutes also. And Krishna was reciprocating with everybody, even the prostitutes, everybody. So, because Krishna knows that all living entities are my part and parcels. Every living entity is mine. They may be going through some contamination, but that doesn't mean Krishna is going to just reject them. So Krishna will help in becoming purified. So, and the best way to contact Krishna is through the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And very soon, by contacting the holy name, Krishna in the form of the holy name, then Kali Kale Naam Roop Krishna Avatar. Naam hoite
Sarva Jagat
Nistar. So you can become free. Kaler doshe nidhe rajan nastihi eko mahan guna. Kirtana deva Krishna. So mukta sangha. Mukta sangha means becoming free from all the anarthas. So if we chant the holy name, and if we want to, we can chant attentively, that's nice. If we can attempt to chant attentively. By that, we are bringing our impure consciousness in contact with the pure name of Krishna. That's why Prabhupada says, don't be inattentive while chanting. Try to hear. He says, you are chanting, but you have to also hear the holy name. So, anyway, we'll stop here.
There's a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It says, Krishna tumhara hai yadi bole ek baar, maya bandh hate, Krishna tare kare paar. One is immediately freed from the clutches of Maya if one seriously and sincerely prays, my dear Lord Krishna, although I've forgotten you for so many long years in the material world, today I am surrendering unto you. I am your sincere and serious servant. Please accept me and please engage me in your service. So no matter what we have been in the past, we can change, surrender in a moment, and Krishna will forgive. us, give us another opportunity. But then again, we should not fall back to our previous situation. But Krishna can forgive, like he was saying, I can forgive Ravan for what he did. If he just comes and bows down to me once, I'll forgive all the misdoings that he has done in the past.
Yeah, and even if you fall back few times, it's okay. Krishna is, you can, I mean, every time you fall back, then you repent, and you repent, and then from one day, from that repentance, which will become very, then you'll say, no, now Krishna will give you the strength, and a day will come when you'll become completely free from that whatever anartha you have. So, but we should never give up the chanting of the holy name. Um, and we should try our best, right, to not repeat. But because of our conditioning, even if we cannot control, or we do things which are not favorable. But if we are really praying to Krishna and really trying, then a day will come when we will. So Prabhupada talks about attentive chanting here. To become inattentive while chanting the holy name, one must remain attentive. So Dayananda is saying, yes, this is very important. When you will chant, you will hear also. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So don't chant too fast when you cannot hear the sound of Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, or as brum brum, as Patri Prabhu was saying, brum brum, nish nish, brum brum, brum brum, something like that. When you will chant, you will hear also. Then your attention will be there.
Prabhuji, that's why in the morning I do mute myself because it goes so fast. I don't want to, I lose concentration, so I don't mute myself. But when you start in the morning, it seems like everyone is going so fast and I can't keep up.
Yeah, I understand. So sometimes I also keep it on low volume. So basically you have to hear your own chanting. But yeah, if you are chanting and some little sound is coming from others, then it gives you a little, okay, others are chanting. And you are chanting and you are thinking something else. Oh, that is also another offense. You should be careful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And when your mind goes somewhere, then you bring it back. If you cannot hear, then you will chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you must hear. That is wanted.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I put music on, like water running in the background, and then I can concentrate.
As long as you are hearing not the water sound only, but also.
No, it's like I feel like I'm at the water reciting it.
Yeah, the holy name, yeah, as long as it helps you, that's okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think Bhagavata Srila Prabhu was talking about how he was drinking cigarettes and he was able to conquer over that addiction.
Yeah.
So any bad habit you have, the chanting of the holy name has the power to conquer over it.
Yeah, simply enhance your chanting, Prabhupada would say, then everything will happen. Simply enhance your chanting. And of course, it is a whole lifestyle, right? Because it's not just chanting. I mean, what you do 22 hours of the day affects your 2 hours of chanting also. And if we make offenses outside the chanting, then that will also affect our chanting. So all the offenses are made when we are not chanting, right? So, so that's also we have to.
But the correction of those offenses is also chanting only.
Correct.
More intense chanting with prayerful chanting that can help you overcome those offenses.
So yeah, we are making offenses or because of anarthas in the heart. And so when we chant, then it's anartha nivritti is happening. And that's why they say, okay, you should chant more. Prabhupada would say, like, you chant more. So, and I think he's coming, Madan Gopal Prabhu is coming in September. I was talking to him. He's going to do a japa workshop for 3 days. So it is all about how to improve your japa. So please come. All of us should come. he has compiled he went to retreat from Sachinandan Maharaj, he was saying, in 2008 or something like that. And I was talking to him yesterday. So he was saying, yeah, it's how you should sit, externals, and then how you should actually, what should be your internal consciousness and how you should chant japa nicely. So 3 days is we'll chant some little and then.
Can you share those details in the chat, please?
Yeah, so it is in September and I can give you the dates. So let me give you the dates. So if you can, it's 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a weekend. So depending on your availability, you can come. But the tentative schedule is like this. So I made us 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah. So Friday evening on September
25.
25, is it 25?
Mhm.
Well, we will have bhajan sandhya, some bhajans and like Vaishnav bhajans. Then Saturday, of course, there will be also some chanting. And then Saturday, 10:30 to 1:30. Then there'll be a lunch break for 2 hours. And then there'll be 3 hours, session 2. So 3 hours, 2 sessions of 3 hours on Saturday. And then Sunday feast at 11. And then evening, 5 to 8. So you can.
So all the programs are scheduled already, Prabhuji, like at somebody's place, or?
No, it is not scheduled. But the thing is, on Saturday, because we have 6 hours, we don't want to travel like from one place to another very far. So we want to, if there is 2 places we are going to do, it has to be like close by, or because there'll be lunch. And but Sunday evening, yeah, if you want, you can do there also. But we can discuss. So
Now, what about Friday evening? Is somebody hosting already, or?
yeah, he's going to stay with Parth Prabhu. That is the plan for now. He's going to stay there with Parth Prabhu. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we can talk if you want to also do some programs. Okay. So Japa workshop.
No, I was just thinking it's the same place. Every visitor will be coming, like in Pad Prabhu place.
No. We have different because he got a new house. So I think Tina there on the call.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Juhi, this is the reason we bought this house, right? So we can serve more devotees.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think, yeah, that is true.
Mm.
And that is to share the joy also. Like all grihasthas should be like, serving the devotees. So
Right.
every grihastha household should get a chance to serve the devotees also.
Correct. No, I 100% agree. Yes.
so we'll figure out. Yeah, he's hosting, but we'll have the programs others. So everything can't be at one place. So we'll do that kind of thing. Okay. We can talk.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have a question.
Go ahead.
So even in Karma Kanda section of Vedas, right? So there might be prayers to the Supreme Lord. So,
yeah, they say in every Karma Kanda sacrifice, they first invoke Vishnu, prayer to Vishnu, before they worship particular demigod. So like that it is mentioned.
So how come that is not a pure devotional service then? Like,
because you are doing to get some material result from that. Karma Kanda means you want some material benefit from doing the worship. That's Karma Kanda.
but still it has glorification of the Supreme Lord, right?
Yeah, There is in the beginning they say like the Brahmanas are there because without, even if you worship a demigod, but that demigod cannot award you until Vishnu like sanctions. So Vishnu is always there. So in the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says that all the demigods they give you, first of all, if you want to worship a demigod, Krishna says, I give you the Shraddha. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta Shraddha archutum ichchati. Tasya tasya chalam Shraddham taneva vidadhami aham. He says, okay, I give you that achal Shraddha. Then Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktas Sya Aradhna Mihate Labate cha tatha kaman mayeva vihitanitan. So he says, yes, I am the one who is giving you the. After you get the faith to worship a demigod, then Krishna makes the faith steady, and then you worship the demigod, and you obtain your boons from the demigod. But Krishna is saying they are coming from me. So there can be. That's why Bhagavatam says, after saying, okay, a whole list of demigod worship that's described, and then it concludes, akama sarva kamova moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusha. Even if you have material desires, you go to Vishnu, you go to Krishna. So that is how it is described. Right? Is that correct? Okay, I think we have other pastime. Okay, so
Okay, I can share.
yeah, correct.
Let me sing this bhajan. This bhajan is a meditation on how we should be chanting and praying. Lalasamai means eagerness, intense desire. Gaurango bolite habe pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite nayan bhabe neera और काबिनीताय चंदे करुणा होइबे संसारा बशाना मोरा कभी तुच्छ हाबे विषया छड़िया कबे शुद्ध हो बेमाना कभी हम हेराबो श्री वृंदावन रूपा रघुनाथ पदे होए बेहकूती कबे हम भुजाबो से जुगल प्रीति रूपा रघुनाथ पदे रहो मोराशा प्रार्थना करो ये सदा नरोत्तम दासा. Translation. When will that opportune moment come to us when there will be shivering of the body as soon as we chant Lord Gauranga's names? While chanting Hare Krishna, when will there be tears in the eyes? When will I obtain the mercy of Lord Nityananda Chandra? When by his mercy will all the desires for material enjoyment become very insignificant? When the mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, and then my spiritual life will be successful. When shall I be very much eager to study the books left by the six Goswamis, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami? By their instruction, I shall be able to properly understand the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. My only aspiration is to attain the lotus feet of the six Goswamis, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Narottam Das constantly prays to attain their lotus feet. So we should be hankering for that. When would that time come when I will experience so much ecstasy and bliss while chanting the holy name and feeling separation from Krishna that there will be tears in my eyes? When will my heart become pure, that there will be no other hankerings and material desires? Just the desire should be there that I want to be with Radha and Krishna, I want to engage in their service. That's it. That should be the only desire, and that means a pure devotee. So we have desire to go to back to Godhead, to be with Radha and Krishna, but we also have other desires. So of course we should understand the fruitility of those such desires, as we were discussing. Even if we have such things, how long can we have them? It's temporary. It will be lost at some time, and our body will be lost. It will become old and will die. So what's the point of asking for these paltry, small, insignificant, temporary things, while we can ask for eternal bliss and happiness and joy to be with Radha and Krishna? We don't want anything temporary. We want permanent happiness. And we don't want a mixed bag also. We don't want happiness mixed with distress. Pure unadulterated happiness means spiritual happiness, not like temporary material happiness. So we want that pure happiness. And our mind, when it becomes purified, when there are no material desires, no material anxieties or fears, then all the pastimes of Radha and Krishna will be revealed to us. We'll be able to see Vrindavan Dham, and we can understand the love of Radha and Krishna, and then our spiritual life will be successful. It all starts with association with pure devotees. So when we read the books of the pure devotees like the six Goswamis, Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion, even Srimad Bhagavatam. When we read the books, we are associating with the author of the book. So we have started to, do personal readings of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are meeting once a week. We have been assigned personal reading assignments for the week, and we meet once a week. So that gives you more encouragement to start reading, and many other devotees are following that. So if you would like to join our reading group, it is, you will be able to read on your own personal time, but we'll be assigned some reading assignment for the week, and then once a week Saturday we meet to discuss our realizations. So we need
Is
to.
that a separate group, Mataji?
Yeah, I just talked to few devotees. If they are interested, I can add you. If you are interested, just reading assignment will be given, and it is for me. First of all, it was for me because I need personal reading time, but I don't do that quite often. But if we are all doing it together, then it will give us more encouragement to do it together.
Yeah, please add me there if you have that.
Okay, sure.
Thank
Mataji,
you.
can you add me there, Mataji? I want to
Yes.
participate.
Okay. Sure, Mataji. All right. So my only aspiration is to attain the lotus feet of the pure devotees, and that is constantly my prayer. That is Narottam Das Thakur is saying. So while we are doing Parikrama of Vrinda, this Govardhan, we are at Chakra Tirth now. We passed Manasi Ganga. So here at Manasi Ganga, there is a place which is called Chakra Tirth. When Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, Sudarshan Chakra was spinning above him, spraying away all of the water. Not a drop of water fell on Giriraj. So everybody was feeling that, oh, water is coming inside. So Krishna used his Sudarshan Chakra, and Sudarshan Chakra was spinning around the Govardhan hill and was preventing water from coming inside Govardhan. All of the weapons of the Lord are not material. They are not made of iron, steel, or wood. Just like everything connected with the Lord, his weapons are also spiritual. So Sudarshan is actually person. Even with Jagannath, we have a rod right next to Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. That rod is Sudarshan. It's a person. Everything in the spiritual world is conscious, is a person. Even the flute of Krishna is a person. His weapons are also spiritual. They are transcendental. Lord's weapons are extremely beautiful because they are transcendental. There is nothing material about them because there is nothing material about Krishna. The name, form, pastimes, and paraphernalia of the Lord are completely Chintamani. They're completely transcendental. The weapons of the Lord cannot be compared to that of some demon of this material world. Yeah, so everything associated with the Lord is transcendental, right? His everything of his paraphernalia. So that's what we say, if we wear a jewelry that has been worn by Krishna, then it can purify us, right? So Uddhav says that verse, right? Pabhukta Shragandha Vasho Alankara Charchita
Uchishta
Uttishta
Bhojana
Bhojino Dasas Tava Mayam Jayam He. When we decorate ourselves with the garlands, with the fragrant oils, with clothes or ornaments that are worn by Krishna, they do auction of these jewelry and other things that Radha Krishna wore. Then, if we accept those remnants, then it can purify us. So, all those paraphernalia of the Lord is also transcendental. The word Sudarshan means beautiful to behold. Stu means auspicious and darshan means to hold or to meet. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in a purport, Srila Prabhupada gives a very detailed description of Sudarshan Chakra. What is this Sudarshan Chakra? The Sudarshan Chakra is the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by which he creates the entire material world. Sa Aikshata Sa Asarjata. This is the Vedic version. So Darshan Chakra, which is the origin of creation and is most dear to the Lord, has thousands of spokes. So by the Sudarshan Chakra, he creates the entire material world. This Sudarshan Chakra is the killer of the prowess of all other weapons, the killer of darkness, and the manifester of prowess of devotional service. It is the means of establishing religious principles, and it is the killer of all irreligious activities. Without his mercy, the universe cannot be maintained, and therefore the Sudarshan Chakra is employed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna used Sudarshan Chakra not in Vrindavan for killing the demons. He was killing by his own hands. But when he was in Dwarka, he used to use Sudarshan Chakra. And we know this Sashupal was killed by Sudarshan Chakra and many other, I think, demons. Sudarshan Chakra is the Lord's favorite weapon. This fact is also confirmed in the book Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone should read the book Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we're going to start reading in the evenings Krishna book around 6 o'clock. It describes that Pondrak behaves as an impostor of Vishnu. Yeah, so Pondrak was one person who was claiming that he's God, he's Krishna, and he had fake arms and he had fake Sudarshan Chakra also. He was an impostor of Vishnu. When Pondrak saw the shiny transcendental weapon of Lord Krishna, he told Krishna to give it to him, to which Krishna made a very famous reply. I shall never give away the symbols of Vasudeva, especially the disc. Or actually, I don't know, but in that pastime, what happened? But Krishna says, "Oh, you want my Sudarshan Chakra? Here, you have it." And the Sudarshan Chakra went after Pondrak and killed him. Well, I mean, he cannot even hold Sudarshan Chakra with all its powers. Sri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur concludes that the Sudarshan Chakra is an expansion of Lord Balram. So is all paraphernalia of the Lord is expansion of Lord Balram. Balramji, Dauji, is the older brother of Lord Krishna and hence is very protective of his younger brother Krishna. He is also God. Srila Prabhupada would often refer to Krishna Balram as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he established Krishna Balram as the main deities in the central altar of our major temple in Vrindavan. Yeah, so that is the Krishna Balram temple, we call it. So they are in the central altar in ISKCON Vrindavan. Balram is the first expansion of Krishna. Although he is God, he is subservient to Krishna. He becomes the Lord's seat, the Lord's fan, the Lord's bed. He expands as Shri Vrindavan Dham, the Dham where the Lord is. He is a very amazing personality. Balramji does service to Krishna in all the five rasas. He shows how to be the servant. Also, he expands as the weapons of the Lord. So, when the Lord appeared on earth and called out for his chakra, and many demons met their doom, it is considered that they were killed by Balram, not by Krishna. Yeah, obviously Vasudev Krishna killed him, but Vrindavan Krishna did not. kill any demons. Vrindavan Krishna is meant for enjoyment with the friends and the gopis. He never kills demons. But yeah, so Balramji kills. But Sudarshan Chakra does not only kill demons. Namo Vrindavanayakaya Tubhyam Golok Mauline Purna Brahmat Patraya Namo Govardhanaya Cha. My respectful obeisances to you who are crown of Golok and who sits on Vrindavan's lap. My respectful obeisances to Govardhan, the parasol of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada referred to the mushroom as the frog's umbrella because when it is raining, the frog goes under the mushroom. Similarly, Giriraj is the umbrella of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All the residents of Vrindavan took shelter of Govardhan Hill when the torrential rains were sent by Indra. The Vrajvasis were praying, O Indra, send the Samvartaka clouds. It is pouring rain. All of Vraj is going to drown. Krishna, help us. And Krishna, with his little finger of his left hand, lifts up Govardhan. Everyone, come here. The gopis came really close to Krishna. They were so happy that that tragedy became a blessing for the residents of Vrindavan. The gopis were saying to each other, oh, you're right, next to Krishna. So, uh, Krishna can turn, our the mishappenings in our life into the greatest fortunate situation. If we just connect to Krishna, the most difficult times of our life can become the most greatest blessings if we turn towards Krishna. And most of us have come to Krishna consciousness out of distress, but that is good. If we did not experience that distress, we would never come to Krishna consciousness. But that tragedy became the greatest blessing if we approached Krishna. Purva Rag finished at that point. Krishna saw the gopis, beautiful young girls. His hand started to shake. Seeing this, Balramji said, cowherd boys, take out your sticks. This young boy can't hold up this mountain. So that's why all the Vrajvasis started holding their sticks to help Krishna hold the Govardhan because Govardhan was shaking. Balram started laughing and winking at the boys. Then Krishna thought that Balram was laughing at him because he was watching the gopis. He became even more embarrassed. We do not want to get into Govardhan Leelas now because we are talking about Sudarshan Chakra. So, what did Sudarshan Chakra have to do with lifting of Govardhan Hill? In Upadeshamrita, we read that out of all the sacred places of Vrindavan, Govardhan Hill is second only to Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. Such a holy place. Besides, as it is stated in the Nectar of Devotion, Govardhan Hill is one of the favorite pastime places of the Lord. In particular, because the grass that grows there is deep blue green color and yummy. When the cows eat it, the grass is not sharp and it does not cut the tongue of the cows. That is why the cows also love this place. So, what is Sudarshan Chakra doing in Govardhan Hill? That weapon, the Lord's favorite weapon, which he will never give up. When Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill, Balram asked Sudarshan Chakra to assist Krishna by protecting the Vrajvasis from the wrath of Indra and attention by protecting Govardhan itself. So Sudarshan said, sure, I will always be there for my Lord. He rose above Govardhan Hill and started spinning and spraying all the water everywhere in a way that not a drop of rain fell on Govardhan. Sudarshan Chakra ki jai. So at Manasi Ganga, there is a place called Chakra Tirth. Here is the temple of Chakaleshwar Mahadev. Lord Shiva lives here. It is said that he was also spinning his trident, just like Chakra, protecting Govardhan Hill.
I thought you had
Sanatan
to get up
Goswami.
stupid early today. Oh, okay. I saw that I got up at like, I was
Ingrid,
awake
if
by
you
about
can
quarter
mute
after
your phone,
6. And I was taking
or
Cookie for a
Prabhu, you
walk
can
over the
mute.
park. And I saw the car was still there. And I was like, I guess it wasn't that early. Then we came back at like 7. I'm like, oh God, I hope he didn't oversleep.
Sanatan Goswami entered Samadhi at Chakleshwar Mahadev temple, and when his followers were going through his possessions, they found a little Govardhan Shila. Here is the bhajan kutir of Sanatan Goswami as well. So the next tomorrow we will discuss about Chakleshwar Mahadev. That is where Chakra Tirth is there. Lord Sudarshan Chakras, Lord's temple is there where Sudarshan Chakra is there, and that is also the bhajan kutir. place where Sanatan Goswami was doing his devotion, sadhana, bhajan, kirtan, and there's pastime associated with that that we'll discuss tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. So I was thinking about that song, that when material enjoyment will become insignificant, then I'll be able to, when I get the mercy of Lord Nityananda, material enjoyment will become. So when you get higher taste, then only material enjoyment becomes insignificant. So, but we have to give up our material desires. And how can we give up our material desires? By giving up material desires. Prabhupada would say like that. You have to give up your desire. We have desires, right? So we can give up. And I was remembering three analogies. One is about rowing of the boat, right? They were rowing the boat. There was a bridegroom and I think the bride's party. They were going to the groom's or the bride, or either way, groom was going to the bride's place. And they had to cross a river at night. And they had to cross a river at night. And what happened? They were rowing the boat. The boatman was rowing the boat. Whole night he was rowing the boat.
They forgot to remove the anchor.
Yeah, they forgot to remove the anchor. And whole night river, and everybody fell asleep. And morning, they were same place. That is one example. Another example is, so if we don't remove the anchor, and who will remove the anchor? We have to do. Like in the example of a guru holding onto a tree. A disciple told Guru, why does it take so long to make spiritual advancement? So then Guru said, come tomorrow, I'll show you. Then Guru was holding on the tree. And next day when he was coming, disciple, he was holding on the tree, embracing the tree, and says, leave me tree, leave me tree. And disciple said, why you have put your arms around the tree? Why you are not leaving it? Why are you saying, tree, leave me? So Guru said, yes, we have embraced all these things and we are not willing to give up. Another example is the worms in the intestine, right? Which Bhakti Siddhanta says, you are eating a lot, but there are worms in intestine and they are sucking up they are getting all the nutrition. So all these three examples. So ultimately, as yesterday Prabhu was also saying, Krishna gives the freedom. Now you can go wherever you like. It is an open field. You are in the human form of life. Now you can go anywhere. Just like he said, you're free to go anywhere by plane in America. Of course, you have to have money, but you can go California, you can go Los Angeles, you can California or Denver, or you can go to New York, wherever you want to go. So human form of life is like that. We can go anywhere we want. Krishna is ready to fulfill our desire. So we have to give up the desire. We have to desire to give up the desires and pray to Krishna like Prahlad Maharaj prayed. Oh, Narsingadev, please, if you want to give me a benediction, please take away all the material desires from the core of my heart. And you have to have a desire like that. Strong desire to give up material desires. So that is something I was thinking when you were singing that song. And we heard in, I think was it Amrendra Prabhu's Rasa Chintamani, that as the rain was pouring on Govardhan, Sudarshan was circling and all the rain was getting split and it was going on the boundaries of the hill, right? And it was for like as if pearls were dropping, something like that he was saying. It was creating us, it was splitting the shower that was coming from above and all the circumference of the Govardhan hill. There were like pearl droplets that were falling. So, and what is the pastime when Sudarshan becomes a rod? In Jagannath's pastime, you were mentioning that Sudarshan has become a rod. I think he had something with Hanumanji, right?
Yes.
That
You have to stop Hanuman from going inside.
Going inside the Jagannath temple. I think there was a thing that who will go first or something like that. And Sudarshan was guarding all the gates and not allowing Hanuman to go inside. And then Jagannath said, oh, you are very proud? Okay, you will become a rod. So that is, of course, that's a Leela. Amrish Maharaj was also protected. It is mentioned that Amrish Maharaj thing. Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah. Ambrish Maharaj was protected by Sudarshan Chakra.
So Sudarshan Chakra protects everyone. Okay, so these are some of the things that I was thinking as you were reading. Yeah, and Pondrak did say, yeah, Krishna, Sudarshan Chakra, I want your Sudarshan Chakra. So it says, Krishna said, okay, here's my Sudarshan Chakra, take it. And that beheaded Pondrak. Pondrak was an imposter, as we read, trying to imitate Krishna. Okay, so those are some things. So we can read the false ego book. Anything else anybody like to say about this? Whatever we discussed.
I have one silly question, Prabhuji.
Go ahead.
As Sudarshan Chakra is already spinning, right? What is the need for Krishna to lift the Govardhan hill?
Yeah, I mean, anything can, Krishna, I mean, you are saying Sudarshan Chakra can itself become an umbrella.
Yeah.
It can stop all the rain. Yeah, that is possible.
But that is a blessing that Govardhan got.
In Hanumanji's pastime, right?
Krishna will lift you above your head. And then Amrinda Babu was saying devotees are lifted up. Up and yeah. So Krishna makes use of everything, like some blessing that Hanumanji gave to Govardhan. Now it's coming to pass. And Krishna lifting Govardhan as an umbrella on his own finger also indicates Krishna is serving his own devotees. Like a servant holding an umbrella on top of a king. Like you see that when a servant holds umbrella on his master or some very affluent people, the servant holds umbrella on. So Krishna has become a servant of his devotees. He's lifting umbrella.
Holding umbrella for all his Rajvasis. Yeah. And they say Govardhan, sometimes Krishna used to cross Govardhan hill to go to meet Chandravali. So Krishna's footprints were there because nobody will step on Krishna's footprints. And they were going to Chandravali. So Krishna told Govardhan, can you remove those footprints? Because I don't want to have any evidence that I went to meet Chandravali. So Govardhan, who is on the side of Radharani, said, no, I cannot remove the footprints. So they say, I heard this, I don't know, I'm from devotee. Say that Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, and by that, the shower, all the footprints of Krishna were erased. Because Krishna used to spend a lot of time on Govardhan hill. I mean, every day 10 to 12 hours he would be on Govardhan hill. So he was Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparasha Pramodaha. So it's always touched by the. So, but there were footprints going to Chandravali's camp. So that was also removed. And Govardhan had become very kind of dusty and like that. So it's getting a nice abhishek from Indra. So many reasons we can say like that.
Here we read that Sudarshan Chakra even protected Govardhan from the rains. Not even a drop of water fell on Govardhan. But how we have heard it didn't allow it to go inside.
Yeah, so his question was that if Sudarshan already protected from the rain, then what is the need to lift Govardhan hill? Because it's already, you have a protection. So why there should be an umbrella? But then saying that, okay. Sometimes it is said, he was getting an abhishek, so the rain was falling and was getting abhishek. So it was shining. Anyway, these are all different ways, pastimes, so cannot say why it is like
why
this.
Krishna did this, we don't know until some commentary comes from some acharya where they know exactly why.
And sometimes it is a little bit, logically, okay, Sudarshan was not allowing any rain to come. But then they say Govardhan was getting a nice abhishek. It was like as if abhishek was, so water was coming then. So sometimes it is said like this, sometimes it is said like that. So different commentaries. Okay. All right. So anything else? Okay, so we can read false ego.
For Ashwatthama also, Krishna uses Sudarshan Chakra. Maybe it's used many times. Dwarka.
Shishupal, Pondrak. Okay. The quality of tolerance.
You can't see your screen.
Okay. Our discussion on the false ego is incomplete unless we briefly touch upon the quality of tolerance. After acknowledging how the false ego affects us and manifests in all kinds of unwanted patterns of behaviors, we learn to understand the importance of becoming tolerant. As we subdue our false ego, it becomes less present in our modus operandi, and proportionally, the quality of humility will shine through. So as false ego becomes less, one becomes more humble. And tolerance and humility, all these are related. A humble person is more tolerant. A proud person is less tolerant. So he gets offended very easily. A humble person is more tolerant. We can understand, like Durvasa Muni, we say he was very offended because he took little water to break his fast. So that little action he became so enraged by a little that he wanted to give him capital punishment because he was so angry. So all these things are related, humility, tolerance, and then anger. And we can understand tolerance to be a secondary manifestation of humility. A humble person will be tolerant and also patient, giving compassion, forgiving, compassionate, and so on. Forgiving, okay. So there's a dot here. Forgiving, so compassionate, and so on. A proud and arrogant person, on the other hand, will be driven by his false ego and will not be able to exhibit such exalted qualities. Humility and tolerance are the natural qualities of the pure soul, not affected by the false ego. As Bhakti Charu Maharaj was saying, Prabhupada told him, the measure of one's spiritual advancement is how tolerant and humble one has become. As we already established, we saw that in the memory. As we already established, they constitute the humble servant consciousness, which is diametrically opposite to the false ego consciousness. So humble servant consciousness, false ego. Tolerance is the most important quality within spiritual practice. We say, Taroriva Sahishnuna. Become tolerant like a tree, right? This is more tolerant than a tree. Taror api sahishnuna. Sometimes it says taror eva. Eva means life. And api means even more. So trinad api sunichena. Taror eva sahishnuna. I think it's eva. Trinad or taror api sahishnuna. So it is the main criteria used to measure a devotee's advancement and spiritual strength. What agitates and disturbs us are the demands of the false ego for a certain satisfaction. As the false ego is more and more dissolved, we become more and more tolerant. In the purport to Srimad Bhagavatam, we find a wonderful description of tolerance. So this is from 11th canto. Tolerance means to patiently endure unhappiness, such as that provoked by the insults or negligence of others. One must also sometimes accept material inconveniences to carry out the injunction of scriptures. So you tolerate. to do your devotional service, you have to tolerate. As Prabhupada says, you have to rise early in the morning, so you have to tolerate some inconvenience. It is not very convenient to rise in the morning and take a bath or something like that. Then you have to tolerate for a higher purpose. And that unhappiness must also be patiently endured. So tolerance is very important. Titikshava karunika. To be insulted or neglected is a most painful provocation to our false ego. Yeah, if somebody ignores us, somebody doesn't, or insults us, it challenges us and ignites a desire for revenge and retaliation, prompting us to defend. Sometimes we say, oh, I will show to you. We say curse words and so many curses when we become angry. Unless we have cultivated the quality of tolerance, it will be impossible to resist the temptation to defend. The strong pushings of our false ego will not allow us to control our speech and not answer back. So Vacho Vegam is gone, and we can speak anything, trying to have the last word. And obviously, when we are angry also, then we can speak anything. We will not be able to patiently endure the pain and unhappiness inflicted by such attacks on our false ego. So sometimes it is more painful than physical wounds. Right? That's what Krishna told Arjuna. From one angle, he said, they will scorn your ability and they will say you are a coward. When you will not fight, they will say you are a coward. And this will be more painful to you than the arrows piercing your body. Sometimes words can cause more pain. So, especially the more the desire for being honored and respected, to that degree, the words will cause more and more. Somebody doesn't, then it will cause us more agony. Tolerance means that even in the most provocative situation of being attacked, insulted, neglected, or defamed, we will not be agitated or defensive. We simply let it pass by. Okay. We are just passing through. Yeah. So nothing is really, it's all a dream. Saying is easy, but actually, yeah, it's all a dream. Ultimately, there is no honor and dishonor, all is for the body and the mind, which I'm not. I'm not this body or the mind. So it is the false ego that is perceiving all this. I'm getting honored, I'm getting dishonored now. In spiritual culture, Krishna's divine system, chapter 4, we observe the following. In material life, spiritual culture, Krishna's divine system. I think this is Chandramouli Maharaj's book, right? Spiritual culture, Krishna. In material life, tolerance is not given any credit at all. In fact, it is seen as a weakness, and a tolerant person falls into category of being a loser. A materialist considers a tolerant person as being too weak to defend themselves. Very often we hear people say, I am not going to tolerate this. Why do you think I am? And how long should I tolerate this nonsense? It is considered to be a sign of strength and victory, not to tolerate. However, within spiritual life, the values are diametrically opposite. In this way, to a materialist, the glories of tolerance are very foreign, if not entirely unknown. So it is a sign of weakness. We say, oh, how can you tolerate? You should go do something about it. What is victory for the spiritualist is considered a defeat for the materialist. What is the greatest success for a materialist is to always vehemently defend himself, is regarded as being a failure in the eyes of spiritualists. Okay, so we can just finish this page. The importance of faith. Faith in Krishna is a highly important tool to cultivate forbearance. Once our faith in Krishna grows and becomes strong, proportionately we'll be able to connect our situation with Krishna's presence. We'll be able to recognize that he's trying to teach us something by putting us in certain situations. We will have unflinching faith in his control and supreme arrangement. After all, not a blade of grass moves without his sanction. Then we'll be able to accept reversals in the mood of thinking I actually deserve so much more suffering than this, but Krishna is so kind that he gives me only one drop of what I really deserve. Okay, so that's what Tara. Continue. Thank you very much for your association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hari Bol.